Send it. I don't want to hear. How low key you were. Exactly. Now stay solo dolo, my boy.
EA Sports in the game.
Fucking rainbow.
This is one of those offensive performances that I'll never forget. What a game.
I was finna do you dirty with Justin.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here. The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. I don't know what was going on.
Already fucking up.
This is going to be a safe.
Nah, that's you. That's you. You the one that fielded that motherfucker. You killed that motherfucker. That was you. You the one that filled that motherfucker and ran across that line. Look, then that means your ass should have just never moved that motherfucker. Should have been playing. Computer that fucked you up.
Brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. First play and a first throw for Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Rodgers now on first down. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Whoever taught you that play ain't teach you right.
Drive turnover. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber in opening.
Sometimes you gotta bring your outside receiver in. Seeing that nigga on the street.
We know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes on.
That's what you needed to do on that motherfucker.
The field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
11.
On third down, Mixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Burrow going for it on fourth. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Here we go.
The slot man in motion right.
11.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
11 empty.
And Burrow going to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And all the way down.
He was over that for real. That white boy ain't even supposed to touch him.
Goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
11.
They'll give it to Mixon. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now it's Burrow. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers
I seen that one coming. Turned around on his ass.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, Pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0.
Hell nah, you should have. Nah, hell nah, because if you lobbed, you would have done the same thing. You should have free-form past that motherfucker for real.
Ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go. 11 Thomas.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. From the 44, Burrow. He's got him in, complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now Burrow. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase on a touchdown throw from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Touchdown! Allen Lazard, 38 yards. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Gun.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
After the pick six, here's Burrow again. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
11.
There's a quick throw to Higgins out wide. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Another try for Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on third and goal? Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on third and goal. Let's see what they do on fourth and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on fourth and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. In a design QB run in that spot, maybe trying to catch the defense off guard a bit. It didn't work, though.
Again, we're seeing that college influence come into the NFL. Quarterback run game on fourth down. We didn't see that.
That nigga clearly handed that bitch off.
No, seeing it more. Saw it there. Did not work out. Turnover on down. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the play. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Rodgers now on first down. Shakes off the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Play action. It's Rodgers. He'll let this go for the end zone. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, 38 yards. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Next to score, Packers 21, Bengals 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now Crosby for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Next to score, Packers 28, Bengals 7. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
12, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but they will not be.
He's lucky that wasn't a scooping score.
Time is run out here on the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And some room to work. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Jones has it. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go, here we go. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And he will take it on in.
Now what you finna say now?
Joe Mixon, 43 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. but there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half.
And yes, I'm really like that. I'll do it again.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On first down, Rodgers.
Boy, stop playing with me.
Second down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. On the delay, Jones. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. And inside give to Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, now Rodgers. Flush to his right. He's got it at the 15. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And it's a Packers touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Gun. Stop. 11. Stop.
Mixon will go off tackle left. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Stop.
Here's Burrow. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
11 Thomas.
Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
18, pace. 12. Stop.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers...
Man, just hold the fuck out of that nigga.
Position. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. To throw is Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Open man, here is Cobb. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Past the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
Here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gets this into the hands of Samaje Perine. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
11.
Now Perine. And some space here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Samaje Perine with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are right back in this football game. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Here we go. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
12.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On one, ready?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
12. 11.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
MT. 11 MT. 11 MT. Tight.
Burrow will throw. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
They be holding the shit. Man, no, those are completions.
11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
11.
Here we go. It's Burrow on fourth down. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 56 yards. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked by Logan.
You finna quit?
And the Bengals are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
A gain of 3, second down. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
11.
Again, it's Mixon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's got a Bengals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
11.
Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Mixing up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.